Okay, here is the story of the Moonfall Spirit. Takes place in a forest, not too far from here, starring two boys, not unlike yourselves. Now, these two boys, named Calvin and Billy, entered this mysterious Moonfall Forest, known for taking the lives of any fool who entered. Billy was the more trepidatious one, more timid. "I don't think we should go in, Calvin," Billy cried. "What about the others? Why didn't they come back?" "Jesus, Billy, relax," Calvin said. "We're gonna be fine. It's 2 minutes." In and out. Against Billy's wishes, Calvin grabbed him by the shirt and yanked him further into the forest. Billy couldn't escape Calvin's grasp. But after a while, they got deeper into the forest, the trees seeming more compacted together, the fog feeling ever greater, and the sky being pitch black. It looked almost like a prison cell. "This is awesome," Calvin said. "Look at these etchings. Is that a face?" "Don't joke about that, Calvin," Billy stammered. "We need to find our bearings before we get lost." "Are you crazy?" Calvin questioned. "We just gotta go back." But Calvin stopped. Fog started oozing in, disorienting the two boys. They started getting lost, even though they thought they knew the way. The trees started to get ever closer, as if some spirit was controlling them. They could no longer find their way out. "You were warned not to enter this place, fools," a mysterious voice murmured. What was that?" Billy said. "Maybe we should leave now." Calvin was starting to think the same thing, but they couldn't figure out the exit. Where was the entrance where they came from? The trees were obscuring their vision, as well as the fog and the darkness. "Did the trees move?" Calvin mumbled. "The trees and fog shouldn't be able to cover the path we just came from." "Calvin?" Billy screamed. "My phone has no signal. Try yours." The boys were totally cut off from the world. As Calvin tried to think logically, it was no use. The voice started to boom in. "Idiots trying to enter my domain, just like all the rest." The voice moved with the wind, becoming more coarse and aggressive. "You must know the consequences." The speed of the wind became a wind turbine, locking both Billy and Calvin into a fetal position, unable to move or even speak. "This entire province used to be home to my children," the voice roared. "But you people cut down my children, tearing them apart to make your paper and furniture. I now know that I should have taken precautions when the chopping began." Billy and Calvin, disoriented, struggled to understand. Was the spirit, this mysterious spirit controlling the forest, mad about humans chopping down the trees? It seemed so. "You like trees so much? Why don't you become them?" the nature spirit bellowed, solidifying in front of the boys. This spirit took shape. Arms, legs, face. The spirit was truly one with nature. Slamming them down with the wind, both boys lay weak and petrified. The trees were moving, making escape impossible. Lightning ran through the dark clouds overhead, leading in a monstrous storm. "Oh God, no!" Calvin screamed, eyes shut in horror. "Please, let us go. We'll leave you alone. We'll tell everyone to leave you alone." "Too late," the spirit said. Billy and Calvin screamed as lightning headed straight for them. Upon impact, both boys were transformed into trees, faces immortalized among the bumps and growths of the trees. "Good," the spirit said, satisfied at having claimed 2 more poor souls. The tree started moving back, now with 2 more additions. So be careful where you go. Be careful what you do with nature, because you never know what malevolent spirit might try to take revenge.